paint job on your custom truck is one of the biggest investments you can make, so you want to make sure you protect it properly. But on your daily driver, paint may not mean quite as much. Today, I'll show you a way to keep that finish looking as good as new on that older ride without having to unload your wallet on a new paint job. This is a 2008 Duramax powered crew cab Silverado. It's led a long, hard life as a work truck, but the owner plans to transform it into a fun street truck. This is typically what you'd find on a used car lot. But I'd bet a buck to a nickel that scratches this bad on a bedside would turn most of you away. They pretty much run the whole length of the truck, and you can certainly tell this paint's had some wear. Now, the first thing we want to check for is how deep the scratches are. The rule of thumb for me is if my fingernail catches any of these scratches, they're probably too deep to get out. Just like this hood we have laying around the shop, you will hear that my fingernail catches this scratch, which means this one's too deep to get out. Over on the Duramax, I can't feel any indentations. So I think with a little buffing, we can make these scratches disappear. Now, there are a few different options you can use for this. We have the traditional rotary style buffer. We have an orbital buffer that's great for paint correction like we're doing today. And hey, in a pinch, you can even use a DA. The only other thing we'll be needing is a rubbing compound. Now, this is the first buffer we're going to use. First, apply a few drops of cutting compound onto the white pad and slowly work it into the paint. Then turn the RPM up on the buffer and work about a 1 foot section at a time. After just a minute, we can see what we have. All right, you can see it got a lot of the imperfections out. Now, if we were to continue this method, it wouldn't take too long and we'd have the panel back like new. Now, what I like about this orbital buffer is it's very user-friendly. It's hard to damage paint with this, so this one is great for the beginner. Next up is the rotary buffer. Now, the same applies here. Using a white foam pad, apply a few drops of compound and slowly work it in. Then, turn up the RPM to about 1800. Also working about a 1 to 2 foot section at a time. Here's a before shot, here's an after. This just proves with the right tools you can bring your paint back to life. But remember, a rotary buffer does create a lot of heat, so be careful not to damage your paint.